Still not sure if that's something I want to do. Yeah, exactly. You could also cut the 4/3 man. I mean, you want to cut one of the 2 mana counter spells if you play the snare. Just because I'm kind of still worried about the Tron matchup where the snare is just not that good. Probably losing Ice-Fang, right? Mishra's Bauble, Thoughtseize, Godless Shrine is probably some... Well, Lurrus is also the companion. I don't know what's going on. They took the Nice. With this kind of hand, I think you usually want to get Glacial Floodplain into Basic Forest. Turn 2 Stoneforge and Snare with Noble. Yeah, that does sound pretty good. Can maybe play Spell Pierce. Probably not with all the Force of Negations, though. Yeah, probably a white-black X Shadow deck. Although, I will say that like one of the main reasons to be white-black X is you get Ranger Captain, which is so good in the Shadow decks. And so, they're not playing that card because they have Lurrus, so... Maybe just like a Mardu mid-range deck with, they get to play Bob, and their curve is real low because they have Lurrus as a companion. It's a bit more what this looks like. Alright, if we can Toski the next turn, I feel like we're in really good shape. I think I'm just going to attack here. But it probably does have Shadow in their deck. They reveal Marsh Flats to Bob. Played a Nightmare League with the deck last night when 2/3 got crushed by Tron, Ascendancy, and Hammer Time. Yeah, Tron's a tough matchup. I feel like the Ascendancy matchup is probably fine, but of course you can lose. Alright, I'm gonna Queller this. And the Queller will probably die, but it's kind of nice that they won't at least get the Prowess trigger from the removal spell. And if we just draw land, play Toski, it's going to be really hard to lose. And if we're not drawing a land, ideally we're drawing a spell we can play. I'm going to block? I might block. Oh, they're just not giving me a chance. Well, this line was really bad against Force of Negation. Also, they don't get to attack with their Swift Spear. They must have just misclicked and like gone to combat. That's my guess. They do have Shadow. Alright, land. Alright, that's what I asked for. I'm pretty sure I'm attacking with the Ice-Fang. Like, the Toski's, like, drawing a blue card for Force is pretty good. Like, the card we're soft to here is Team or Battle Rage. I didn't draw the blue card. They reveal Bloodstained Mire. 0 life lost to Bob so far. Yeah, Team or Battle Rage is good against us anyways, exactly. I mentioned the past about Dromoka's command. What context could be a card including and what would come out for it? Well, you'd probably be cutting like the 4th Nice for the first Dromoka's command or something like that. Do I want to try to block Bob? They can fetch them to make this 8 power. I'm going to just, I think, try to keep my life total high-ish. Jace with who? Converting a Prime Gaming to Tier 1. Very cool. Well, yeah, I was hoping to draw a blue card to force that. I know we didn't, and I guess we're just dead. But I kind of think Dromoka's command is a little bit win more, is currently where I stand on that card. So I'm going to be siding as if this is red-black Shadow. Let me actually pull up my sideboard guide. I finally hammered one out. It's available on the Discord to subscribers. So yeah, so I bring in these cards, cut 1 Stoneforge, the Sword of Fire Ice, the 3 Quellers, 2 of the 3 Force of Negations, and the Remand, and the Borrower. Yeah, this looks pretty good to me. Could maybe see cutting the 4th Leak, but I think on the play I'd rather have the 4th Leak. Do I keep notes of how I sideboard usually, then make a guide, or make a guide outside of play? I usually am like, in the course of playing, I'm like kind of constantly thinking about how I want to approach matchups, and when I write the sideboard guide, I essentially just have it memorized outside of the guide usually, and then when I write them, I just kind of put that on paper. We didn't see any white spells nor double white. Well, what cards are we suspecting? Well, they definitely don't have Ranger Captain because they have Lurrus as a companion. But good question about the white cards. Potentially Giver of Runes. I think I'm going to get Hallowed Fountain into Snow-Covered Forest and Onthanize this with Veil Up. Krypton 2290, thank you for your Twitch Prime subscription. Hope you're having a good day today. Appreciate ya. Ding ding ding. Oh my gosh, Grim Lavamancer? That's a good card. I haven't seen Grim Lavamancer in a long time, but it looks sick here. Hopefully they just like put Lurrus into their hand. No, they're gonna get to kill my Ice-Fang. Oh, they aren't. Awesome. It's still pretty concerning, the Lavamancer. Still gonna Toski them. It's a great draw. They reveal Mishra's Bauble to their Bob. Yeah, Bob looks pretty good in their deck. They may have attacked. Oh, did I play the Ice-Fang before attackers? Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Yeah, I did not. That's not my intention. We could play double Hierarch and just attack with Toski. Kind of feel like that's good. Overwhelm my opponent's shocks. I don't really feel like attacking with the Ice-Fang does much anyways. I would have blocked Grim Lavamancer, so... Okay, yeah, and if they kill a Hierarch pre-combat, I guess I will attack with Ice-Fang, just make them Seal of Fire. I guess they're just they're just gonna Seal of Fire this either way, so... Oh wait, Lightning Bolt, okay. And then Seal of Fire my Hierarch. Okay, got it. Alright, Toski, card number 2. Windswept Heath, not as good a draw as we could have possibly had, but still fine. They reveal Angrath's Rampage, which can actually kill Toski. Yikes. Opponent's deck looks great. I think I'm getting Breeding Pool. It's going to be a very blue heavy turn next turn. Getting to brainstorm away 2 of these lands is potentially good. Maybe I wanted to leave more white mana up to be able to play Auriok Champion. But I was thinking that we didn't have a green to fetch for. This ended up working out pretty well. Double Ice-Fang is nice. I mean, I guess the Lavamancer is answering it, but... Reveal Marsh Flats. Alright, I'm gonna fetch a tapped Temple Garden, so I shuffle away the land on top, then Veil. Hoping that this is, again, just putting Lurrus in their hand. Ooh, second Bob is dangerous for them. Although their curve is really low, so maybe it's fine. Okay, so let's go. We can play every spell in our hand, right? Just gonna split up the Onthanices in case they have like pillages. Down to 8. Now these Ice-Fangs can be very effective, hopefully. Side type, 9 months. Naming the baby Efart. Hell yeah. I encourage giving them a good middle name to use as an option. I'm going to leave this in hand to discard the Kroxa so I can not discard the Gargaroth. When it goes down to 5, revealing Dark Confidant, and then they reveal a Marsh Flats. Marsh Flats, the least loved fetch land in Modern, probably. I used to have a foil Marsh Flats I was always so proud of. Alright, so the last card in hand is just Dark Confidant. Do I want to chump block here? To go to 6 instead of 4? Could also get to attack for 1. Maybe kill them. Yeah, the last card is Bob. I don't think I want to block. Big difference between being at 4 and 6. They're fetching. Ballsy. It's a good draw. Alright, decent chance they just die here. Mishra's Bobble. I guess not. I guess their curve is just real low. Yeah, Bob looks great in their deck. Kind of loving it. Just kind of loving everything I'm seeing on my opponent's side of the field. Really, really interesting take on Shadow. Dr. Arson, 8 months. Can we get another baller rant about Luris and Burn? No. Done with that for a week. I've given my opinion. Do we know what the white splash is for? Not really, no. We haven't, the thing is usually white splashes for mostly Ranger Captain, and they don't have Ranger Captain. Spaz gifting us up, thanks for that. So, like, potentially removal, potentially sideboard cards for the mirror match. Kai's Guile is a card they could play. We haven't seen a white card yet, I think, besides Luris. This is just getting them back a Bobble. Oh, right, Seal Fire. Oh, no, we're dead to another burn spell. I mean, surely they would have cast it already, right? Unless they're trying to play around, like, Mana Leak? But they should cast it on their turn if they have it. But maybe they draw it off the Bobble. Well, I'm going to attack for 7. And choose probably the gain 3 life mode here.
What's up? It's me, your friend, Aspiring Spike.
Daily random question. Looks like you're trying to write decks for it. What are my thoughts on Manamorphose and decks with Croaks to fill the graveyard and fix mana? Manamorphose as a mana fixer is not good, I think. So they're blocking 4s. They're going to take 3, gain 3. Yeah, I think you probably don't want Manamorphose and Croaks decks that don't play Swift Spear. But maybe just play Swift Spear, right? Because that card's the best card in the format. Yeah, I think I'm on the draw. I'll bring the Borrower back in so I can bounce Bob. Been a really, really fun match so far. Bounce Lavamancer too is kind of good. Hype train, woo! Lingering Souls, yeah, Lingering Souls is actually a card they could be playing. I really like Grim Lavamancer. Grim Lavamancer is a card that is maybe a little underplayed in the format. Very, very powerful magic card. There's a new Remy video today. Is it a music video or a sketch? I mean, I enjoy both, of course, but I didn't see it. Kai's Guile is the biggest draw to Esper. That's what people keep saying. I do think Kai's Guile is good right now. Oh, this hand is amazing. I do think Kai's Guile is good right now. But I kind of feel like the biggest draw to Esper is 5 mana Teferi. I don't know. Alright, I'm probably going to Anthonize here. Linger Souls with Luris. Luris only makes permanents cost 3 or less. You can play spells or instances or sorceries with higher CMC. Which is, you know, a mistake potentially. 9 ball. 14 months. Awesome. Welcome back, buddy. I hope you have a good day today. I think I'm probably fine to get another basic here. We just have so many lands. I think we'll be okay. This does mean we can't Ice-Fang next turn, but we have this to play. And the Auriok Champion might just kill the Scourge of the Skyclave if they play a creature this turn. Lingering Souls plus Toski Brew sometime. I don't know, it just seems so much worse to me than Bant. And I mean, I have played Toski in an Abzan Stoneblade deck. I wasn't playing Souls, but maybe I should have been. Toski, 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 says Hunter of House. Very cool. Alright, if we draw a creature, we get to kill the Scourge. Not a creature, but this does let us, of course, just Anthonize the Shadow. And then probably playing Strand and fetching Breeding Pool. They can't really play a creature this turn. I mean, they can if they bolt me, I guess. Or if they just are okay throwing away their Scourge. It's also kind of nice that they just can't have Bone Crusher Giant. There are other cards that make their block okay, of course, but Bone Crusher's not one that they could play because of Lurrus. Which seems like it would be kind of reasonable in their deck. They do put the Lurrus into their hand. We are going to deal a couple of points of damage to ourselves. It's a good draw, too. I'm just going to main phase this. We could draw another Auriok Champion. They don't have a Bauble in their hand, or at least I'm assuming they don't have a Bauble. To go with their Lurrus, which is kind of nice. For what fun decks do you mostly like today? Fun is, you know, very subjective. Everybody enjoys different things in Magic, so if you're looking for a fun deck, I would kind of encourage you to do some shopping, you know. But Modern's pretty open. As long as you have like solid sideboard plans, I think that you can play most decks in this format. And they do decide to just give up on the Scourge. Probably just playing Batterskull this turn. Maybe it's too bad to let them untap with Lavamancer. So we could go like Path Lavamancer, Petty Theft Bob, attack for 2. It's probably a bit better. Corrupted Mind, tier 1 subscription through April. Very cool, thank you for that. What do you think a Toski deck in Pioneer would look like? I don't know. Hopefully it would get to play Lingering Souls when they make Innistrad Pioneer legal. I don't know. Toski's probably good in Pioneer. I'm not sure if it slots into any existing archetype super well, though. I'm doing well, Eliza. How are you doing today? Eliza. Can you leave this back to block Auriok Champion? Their last card in hand is Lurrus. They are going to leave Bomat back to block. I bet that actually comes up a lot. Like Auriok or Bomat blocks Champion. Check out Yindrik's list. Which list? Yindrik has a lot of lists. Esper? I've seen it. I understand it. Witch's Vengeance. So they can name Human to kill Bob and Auriok Champion, which is probably something they have to do. It's kind of a weird card to bring in, right? Interesting card. Oh wait, they named Cleric. Man, they're just like my Bob is gonna be great for me. Although they'll probably just chump block the Germ token. Could also name Squirrel. Yeah. That's a good point. Well, I guess we can't equip the sword here. Yeah, I think I'm not attacking with my Germ. I'm just going to leave them with a Bob and play Weather at 2. Could maybe have equipped, but I think that's like a bit spewy. We're at 22. It's like if we just never kill this Bob, they have to kill it or they're gonna die. Good hit for them the first time. All right. So you're playing Magic on Martin Day. Oh, it's Morrow Day. We can keep this. A little bit floody. Kind of hard to mulligan the turn 2 Queller. Yeah. When I was playing Modern, they were so expensive. I've never owned a set of Hierarchs before. Yeah, baubles are also pretty cheap. Yeah, I think there's like a lot of good buys. I kind of feel like Force. I don't know how much Forces are right now, but I bought my Force of Negations for like $40, and it's just like that card is never going to be cheaper than $40. I feel like Force of Negation in paper is a $100 card. Forces are 50 now. Yeah, they're just especially if they don't get printed in Horizons 2. And the more I think about it, the more I think that they probably aren't going to get printed in Horizons 2. It's just like, I don't know. It's just not getting any better. Do I want to Spell Queller this Rift Bolt? Probably. When is Horizons 2 coming out? June, actually. I actually thought it was going to be way later than that. But I looked it up yesterday, and it's June. I think it's June. I might be wrong. I'm like 90% sure, though. June. Like I think if Force of Negation doesn't get printed next year, it's easily a $100 card. Just like not even close. Well, I think I'm playing Stoneforge Mystic. I guess I'll get a basic plane so that I could have the option of playing Ice-Fang, but I probably would rather keep the Ice-Fang in my hand as a blue card. Foil forces are 200. Wow, I believe it. I mean, legacy foils are always so expensive. I was looking at picking up like the rest of the pieces for this deck, and one card that really surprised me how expensive it was Veil of Summer. Veil of Summers are like $7. Do I want to sort of Feast and Famine them? Just so bad against the burn spell. I think no is the answer, but I can attack with the Queller at least. Any cards spoiled from MH2 yet? Not that I know of. Veils are up to 10? Really? Yikes. It's too much, I think. When you fade 5 each for 5th on Auriok, yeah, champions are so expensive. Well, my opponent skullcracked me last turn. I think that they have another skullcrack in their hand. So we're probably going to end up hardcasting Force next turn. So let me just play my Ice-Fang. We can't die to anything here. So we can't play Equip Sword and hardcast Force. All that really matters here is gaining life, so I'm gonna value the 1 extra life over 3 extra damage. Yeah, Veil of Summer foils are insane. T-Pass, 14 months. Hope you're having a good day today. Appreciate ya. Thank you for that. Oh, actually, I think I don't bring in Path against Burn. Let me check my sideboard guide. Just not that good against them. Yeah. So this, I'm just bringing in. Oh, I think I should be bringing in the 4th Force. My sideboard guide doesn't have me doing that though. I think the 4th Force is good. You can cut the Sword of Feast and Famine potentially. I think I'm gonna cut the Jace. June 11th for MH2 is crazy. Yeah, I also thought it was way later than that. Easy keep. 14 blue cards and 3 forces as Yikes. Oh, maybe that's the case. I didn't board out that many, did I? I guess I did. Batterskull on top. I think I'm just I'm just playing champion on turn 2. And then going turn 3, Stoneforge Hierarch gain 2. Do you think Tireless Trackers would be a good fit in this deck? If so, they'd be a sideboard card. Probably. But the thing is, like, Toski is your source of card advantage, so it's like I don't think that you need too much more cards that just give you card advantage. You can't afford to just have a whole deck of cards that are generating value as much as I'd like that to be the case. Yeah, I really hope that Force of Negation gets reprinted. I agree. I think that that's a card I'd love to be accessible. And I just love every card to be accessible, of course. The more people that can get cards, the more people play the game, the better the game is overall. Hear Esther sneezing in the background. They suspend Rift Bolts, sure. It's a good draw. Yeah, if they Rift Bolt my Stoneforge Mystic, we don't need to force, just since we can hardcast the Skull next turn if they don't kill the Hierarch. Seize the Thought. Prime Gaming sub to tier 1, thank you for that. I think Feast and Famine's better than Fire Ice here with my opponent missing land drops. Yeah, this just doesn't matter that much. Yeah. Charms for the other color combinations would be really cool. I heard you sneezing. Bless you.
Thank you. I think my allergies are acting up because of these.
Yeah, mine are too. Oh, we're drawing Toski! Toski. I'm probably going to sort of Feast and Famine them, and then untap and play Toski post-combat. No, this means we're down a card. We get to use our mana pretty well, start pressuring our opponent's hand. Gonna have a really strong turn next turn. How much are Toski's? I don't know. I bought a set of showcase ones for like $2 or $3 each. You like the young Pirate Toski interaction? Yeah, it was very strong when like Toski seemed like the best card in the deck. I think Toski was making an otherwise pretty medium deck look good yesterday. Poor opponent just never drawing a second land. My day can't start in earnest until I hear Spike yell Toski. Hell yeah. Yeah, I mean, in standard prints, rares like have a kind of a low ceiling. It's usually hard for like not mythics to get too high in price. I think. I don't really know anything. Well, this game's super over. Opponent found the second land. Showcase Toski is still at 250. So yeah, so still about the same price. Still, I think, a good buy. Alright, I'm going to mana leak their Skullcrack here, and then they'll concede. I guess I could have actually moved over the Batterskull to the Toski and mana leaks because I have the Hierarch, so that was probably the better line. Could have also played a tap Temple Garden, but this game's also just over. 2-0. Good start. Beating a very, very sweet Mardu Scourge deck. And, bro. I'm gonna keep this. I also have I really like Jeskai right now. The deck felt great to me on, was that Monday? I think that was Monday. I might play Jeskai in the challenge this weekend. We'll see. Spirebuff Canal, Soulscar Mage. Definitely don't love being on the draw with this hand in this matchup. I think a fine matchup overall, though. Does Esther ever hear me say Esper and get confused? No, I think she knows what Esper is. Just get Lotus or Wildfire. Wildfire is better right now. Wildfire is better against linear decks and aggro decks, and then the Lotus Field deck is way better against grindier metagames and big mana metagames. Although Wildfire is like fine against big mana too. Oh, they missed their second land. Awesome. What's my favorite card in Modern? Is Celestine Charm in Modern? If the answer is yes, then Celestine Charm. But if you say no, that's not a real Modern card, then the answer is probably Toski right now, honestly. Probably Toski. Could see having a. Oh no, I meant to play Mana Leak on this. Shit, I meant to Mana Leak this with Spear. It's kind of lost in thought. I think I'm gonna look. Yeah, going Mana Leak into Bound Soulscar Mage would have been so good. No, this is just like so fragile to Gut Shot. We don't have Death Touch here. I think I'm gonna look deeper into of one Mind decks. Maybe, maybe not. I've got some other things on my to-do list. They're like Soul Rider or Ephemerate Control better right now. Very close. Probably Ephemerate Control, but that is one thing on my to-do list is to try the Red Splash for Omnath. And potentially Avalanche Riders in the sideboard too is something I'm thinking. And do like... I also think that the mana might only work for Omnath if you are playing... Yorion, because Yorion actually makes your mana easier because you get to play more fetches and like all of your fetchable targets don't really have to make many compromises. Alright, Toski number 3 is maybe a bit much here. Hopefully my opponent doesn't draw a land or have Gut Shot to go Soulscar Mage plus Gut Shot, but I guess at least we have backup Toskis. Is the Dono deck queue full for Thursday? We actually have one open slot. I think. Yes. They did draw the land. You 5-0'd the first try 4-color Ephemerate with Yorion. They played Sprite Dragon, wow. That's good to hear. I'm glad to hear that the deck has some legs. Gonna leave the 1-2 back to block Toski. So I'm gonna be spending probably like tonight and tomorrow night. Oh, that's a great draw. Working on the 4-color Ephemerate deck, and if I think that's good, I'll be streaming it on Friday is kind of my current plan for this week. I'd love to draw another Ontonice here and hold up Mana League. Obviously, it's kind of wishful thinking. I think I'm just going to bounce the dragon. The other option there was bounce Ontonice, and then Ontonice the dragon, leave them with a Swift Spear. Worked out a little bit better for us this way, drawing the Hierarch. Yeah, if their play is just dragon, attack Teferi down, I think we're in great shape. I think my opponent might not know that Soulscar Mage can kill Toski. Because they have a Soulscar Mage in their hand. We bounced it with another Teferi this game. And if they just like don't know that, that's so good for us. It's a bad draw. Yeah, imagine having Path instead of On Thin Ice. It's a fine draw, though. Pretty scared of the dragon. Pretty scared of the dragon. Thank you, Esther.
Mm-hmm.
You work today?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I should have probably played Flooded Strand, too. Easy mana leak here. We can top for blue on the Hierarch, so it's just probably not going to matter that much. No, I don't think I'm going to play the Team or Toski deck. I kind of don't think that deck was very good, but Toski kind of made it look good. Is currently what I'm thinking about it. Hello, Athena. Would it be ideal to play Teferi before combat to get exalted, or was there a reason to attack first last turn? Well, if my opponent, well, one, it's like we didn't know we were drawing Noble Hierarch off the Teferi, but also it's like we could draw something else off the Toski that would make us not play Teferi that turn, which is why I think it's better to just Antonize the Swift Spear than attack. I think I might just not be cracking Heath. I think we don't need that extra mana very badly, and that one life could absolutely make or break us here. They have a 0 mana spell. It's a growth. Gross. Yeah, definitely not going to 3. Just need to draw an answer. Yeah, maybe the line was just to Teferi bounce the Antonize. Could definitely see that have been the winning line. Well, I guess they don't definitely have a spell in hand, right? Oh, they do, right? They've been missing a million land drops. There's no way their hand is. I guess it could be 3 Stormwing entities. It could actually be 3 Stormwing entities. Mana leaking this because just any other spell kills us. I'm assuming this was their draw for turn. And if their hand is exactly 2 Stormwing entities, we can win. Maybe it's possible they have a mage in their hand. Probably not, right? Yeah. Wishful thinking, probably. Yeah, I guess we should have bounced the Antonize. Maybe not. There might just be some confirmation bias. Alright, so I want to bring in 2 Paths, 3 Auriok Champions, the Gargaroths. Cutting the Quellers again. Cutting the Borrower. Down to 2, and 2 Force, 1 Remand. Very similar to how we sideboard against red-black, but we also bring in the Veils against red-black.
You don't have those memorized?
I do mostly, but I just wrote it down, so might as well double check. So this hand cannot cast turn 2 Auriok Champion, but this hand can cast any other 1 or 2 drop of draws next turn, or can just draw a white source. I think I'm gonna keep this on the play. So it's kind of weird to keep a hand that can't cast a single spell, but most spells and most lands are good draws and with this hand, so I think we're supposed to keep. Yeah. Also, like I meant to mana leak the thing and not Ice-Fang on turn 2. I've played some Thraben Inspector Urza. I don't think I've ever done it in Bant. I've done it in blue-white a couple times. How did my Sun Titan deck do? Which one? Wow, I can't believe I have multiple Sun Titan decks. It's a weird timeline. Maybe I'm supposed to trim Toski in this matchup. Kind of maybe want to cut the 3rd Toski. Alright, we can cast this spell. I guess that was their draw for turn. They kept another 1-lander. Well, we also can't cast a single spell, so an awkward race begins. The Jeskai Maria deck. I didn't do very well, but it was definitely a cool brew. What would be a decent replacement for Auriok Champion? Core Firewalker. Core Firewalker is like about as good against every deck besides the Scourge deck.
Hey, Athena.
It's main phase wild slash me.
No.
What's she doing?
She got trash. No.
Okay.
No trash for you.
No trash for Athena. Alright, so probably getting Stormwinged here, right? And they'll probably be able to hit their third land drop. But again, like basically, most spells and most lands are good draws here, so I'm not feeling too bad. Gonna go Gargaroth into Gargaroth. Be pretty tough for our opponent to deal with. If I block, I'm probably making a Beast token, right? Beast token pretty good with Toski. It's kind of like drawing a card. This has been a weird game. It's been a really weird game. Oh, here he comes. Watch out, Gargaroth. He'll chew you up. I'm gonna block, make a Beast. I think. Just force my opponent's hand. This is the worst. Why let me get the block off? Did they just not read Gargaroth? This feels like a mistake. A mistake was made. I think they just didn't read Gargaroth. Kind of like the idea of just Jace bounce plus play Auriok Champion here. Draw 2. Yeah, I think they just forgot it had a reach, but obviously pretty good for us. I kind of think I still want to play Champion over Anthonice here. I'm a little more scared of the Sprite Dragon than I am of the Stormwing entity. I don't really mind if Jace dies. We just have so much card advantage already. Yeah, we could have not had this Beast token and taken 4 more points of damage. We're still pretty ahead, I think, but... Red. I hope I'm not just dead. One of my opponent's 3 cards is Sprite Dragon. Like, a lot of times you think there's no way you could just be dead and then they cast Manamorphose. We did the Dart. Probably. Yeah, we're just playing 1 Jace. Remy's parody is of the song 10,000 Hours. Yeah, the card is that song is definitely a popular song. Right, not dead, I'm assuming. Morning Titan. You can leave this back to block the champion. Or the Toski. So they have a 0 mana spell, I guess. Right? Yeah, they definitely have 0 mana spell here. Are they dead to Stoneforge Mystic? They are dead to Stoneforge Mystic off the top. Or, you know, Sword. Wait, they're not just putting Jace to 1, are they? That would be crazy. That would be crazy for my opponent to just put Jace to 1. There's no way they would just do that. Oh yeah, I think you're probably right. I think they have a 0 mana spell, then they realized they were just dead. I see. Well, not the best thought out turn, I guess. Fair enough. Toski! I do think I'm going to trim a Toski, though. Also, like, why did I have? I was supposed to have at least one force in. What did I cut instead? Champions, Queller, Borrower, Force. Not sure. Whatever. Oh no, I did have the force in. Okay, well, guess I'm just losing it. I think I'm gonna play the second force though over the third Toski on the draw. Just so good to protect Stoneforge. Like usually forcing turn 2 Manamorphose to stop Stormwing Entity is not something you're happy to do, but it's something that you just do. What makes me like Antonice better than Oust? Permanently dealing with the creature, Snow synergy with Ice-Fang, being able to bounce it with Teferi Time Raveler, not gaining your opponent life in a deck where you are the aggro deck some amount of the time. Borrower would be the alternative over the second force. Yeah. Borrower is like not the worst card you could possibly play, but also just not that good. Alright, gonna keep this. I kind of want to put back Hierarch. Maybe I should put back Path. Path kind of stinks early. It's like this Hierarch's just not living. But also if they kill the Hierarch, then they might not kill the Stoneforge. We could put back Gargaroth. That's probably the card to choose. Like, we're going to get a 5-drop with the Stoneforge Mystic, so don't think we need the Gargaroth. Seems like a relatively low blue count. I think with 2 Force of Negation is fine. Like, we can still just hardcast it some amount of the time. Definitely a valid point, but I think it's fine. What would I do with 10,000 mana? Probably use it poorly. Cast the spells in my hand. This may be the best answer. It's down to just 2 cards. If they put any cards on top, I guess we just upkeep Path. Although they can draw the card they want off of the Fiery Islet. Guess we'll main phase. Probably just better to upkeep while they're darting. Jeez. It's very aggressive. Especially when they have Stormwing in play, it's super aggressive. I knew we were gonna draw Auriok Champion. I could feel it. Oh, you know what? They could have Path. They could have Spell Pierce, sorry. They could have Spell Pierce very easily. Yeah, I mean, Path is still a good card against Blue-Red Prowess, but just Antonice and Alistair so much better. Just like they have so many ways to turn this mountain into a card with like Lava Dart and Fiery Islet. Opt. So yeah, white land is a good draw, kind of, and Antonice is maybe okay. White land's probably what I want to draw the most, just so I can play Auriok Champion into Batterskull. Although they could very easily have a Pierce for the Skull. Yikes. At the very least, we can maybe hardcast Force next turn. When it's down to 2 cards. Yeah, this is definitely a cost to play in this card. It's not very easy to cast. Do I have a Jeskai Giants list? It's in the Stream Decker. It's not very good, though. Could Wrath of God be in the sideboard? I really, really dislike Wraths or Supreme Verdicts in decks that play as many creatures as this deck does. Even though it does combo with Toski, I think you just don't really want to play Hierarch, Stoneforge Mystic, Spell Queller, Supreme Verdict. Just a nombo. If I wanted a sweeper, I'd play Engineered Explosives or Settle the Wreckage. But I kind of just like the cheap removal instead. Stern Dismissal to return this to my hand. Well, you got the Spell Pierce. Stern Dismissal. Cool. Guess that's some Heliod tech. I like it. So we're going to go to 1 here with no outs. Sure. GG. Tough stuff. Down to 2 and 1. Right, this hand's good. Playing against Yorion the Sky Nomad. Gonna go Floodplain into Forest, as you are kind of hoping to do in a lot of games. Hoping for triumphs in the Cyberpunk Alara set. That would be cool. I'm really anxiously anticipating the Cyberpunk DLC. I really liked my first playthrough of Cyberpunk. It was like one of the most fun games I've ever played. I didn't really experience many bugs with it. And I'm very much looking forward to the DLC. Do I want to main phase this Ice-Fang? Don't think so. Maybe. Let's do it. We could draw Hierarch, right? Just like so good if we draw Hierarch here. Oh, I should have played around the stupid Avid Mind Sensor though. Do they plan on printing more Triomes? I think so. I think that they have indicated their them wanting to do that. Yeah. I obviously there's like tons to be critical about the Cyberpunk release, but I had a really good experience, and at least like creatively, I really liked the deck or the game, the deck. But I got Sword of Fire and Ice, Winds of Abandon, Toski. How dare you? How dare you play Winds of Abandon? That card's so bad. So we could play Teferi plus... I mean, my opponent didn't have Path last turn. Yeah. But it's possible we could have played around Path by playing Teferi plus Queller this turn. The combo of Teferi plus Spell Queller. I think I'll bounce the Mystic too. They're just like so behind on mana here. Thank you, Winds of Abandon, for giving me the mana to do all the things that turn. Huge shout out to Winds of Abandon. Just play Journey to Nowhere, you know? It is always wild to me that the Lean and Arbiter deck plays Path and Winds of Abandon, because of course it is good when you have Arbiter in play. But what if you just don't have Arbiter in play? Like, it's just so counterintuitive to your mana denial game plan. Yeah, so I think I still leave in 2 Ontonites in this matchup. Let me see if I covered this in the sideboard guide. I think I did. Maybe not. I did. Although the sideboard guide says plus 12 Pithing Needle. A little bit of a typo. Yeah, this looks like the plan. Marwyn, 9 months. The Jace in time grows. Cool. I'm glad that. Thank you for the kind words after the gross words. I'm glad that you're enjoying the stream. Turn 1 Vile Yorion on 7 cards, as it should be. I think I'm gonna get basic Forest and Needle here. Plays around Arbiter and Giver kind of well. Obviously, Floodplain kind of boning us. Where's the sideboard guide? It's on the Discord. If you type !Discord into the chat, you can join, and then you have to link your Discord and Twitch accounts, and then the sub only section of the Spike Discord server will become available to you. It will reveal itself to you. Put Yorion into their hand. Well, kind of hope that they path this. Often opponents won't have any more basics in the mid to late game when you use paths. I feel like that's just not a game plan. I don't know. Like, just to hope that your opponent runs out of basics feels like just a not great strategy. Main phasing this so I don't have to go to discard. I think this is better than playing Hierarch plus path. Playing some blue-black control today. We'll see where the wind takes me. I want to play a few leagues of this. Then I'm supposed to pay for Arbiter and Fetch. I think this is better. So we can't attack with the Germ token because it has pro-black, but we can attack with this Mystic at least. Yesterday was my mind was split between blue, black, and Esper. Have I come into any clarity today? Not really. I feel like it's very close. I think I still think I slightly prefer blue, black, but it probably mostly comes down to specific weekends, personal preference, play style, philosophy, a bunch of like mumbo jumbo. Could attack and gain life. No, if a creature has protection from black, it's never dealt the damage, and because of that, we would gain no life if against a creature with protection. All right, Winds have abandoned my Hierarch. Interesting line. Thank you for the kind words, Chaos Theory. And this is just a 1/2. Yeah, I was gonna like snap Queller it, then I realized they have Arbiter in play. Toski time? Kind of feels like Toski time. Thank you, Chaos. I do appreciate it. Oh, we can actually get a land. Sick. And we even have the backup Toski. Might want to play just Gargaroth, though. Could just hold up counter spells. Nah, I just think it's Toski time. We could path the Stoneforge Mystic to draw an extra card, but it seems pretty unnecessary. Oh, I should have left up blue-white so I could draw a land and mana leak. Oh, they do have an equipment in their hand. I'll path the Germ. So they can equip Stoneforge Mystic this turn if they want to. Never mind. Oh, never mind. We actually don't have a fetchable white source here. Yeah. The one land in the deck that doesn't fetch basic planes, which is why we're only playing one Misty. We have the Temple Garden and the Fountain in play, of course, too. They exile the Pithing Needle over the Toski, so they may have a second Skyclave. Just a path. See what I mean? Just like path is just so counterintuitive to their game plan. Yeah, I think I'm going to play Teferi, Bounce File, onto Nice with Queller up. Flicker Wisp, targeting the Germ. Yep. The last card in hand is Yorion, which we can mana leak. Kind of risky to exile Flicker Wisp, but I feel like it's the play. Could also maybe just equip Batterskull. Probably a little bit of a speed to do that. Yeah, so if their play here is just kill Teferi, play Yorion, we mana leak and then attack for 1 and kill them. Or equip Batterskull if they have a painless land to play. I guess I'm going to actually mana leak this. This Queller's like really bad against a removal spell here. 3-1. Chaos Theory, 2 months in a row. Hope you're having a good day today. Notably, like, that matchup is the one matchup where it really does feel bad to play Onthanice over Path. But that matchup is also just not that bad. I mean, having a brother that plays Magic sounds awesome. Oh, this is a good hand. My opponent, my brother, I'm so used to saying my opponent to just describe anybody. My brother, I taught him to play Magic, and he's just like not that into it. He's way more into D&D, which we do play together sometimes. He likes like Minecraft a lot too, which has never really been my game. Oh, but my brother is buying his first PC this weekend. We're gonna go to Micro Center together to help him pick it out. If this is E-Tron, which I'm thinking because they didn't play a 1-mana spell, I think you want to get Batterskull. I don't think I'm going to force Tome. Batterskull is just pretty good against E-Tron. See if they have Natty Tron on 7 cards. Oh, 6 cards. Card on the bottom. What is he going to do for a graphics card? We're not sure. I haven't like exactly talked to him about what he's wanting to use the PC for. I'm assuming it's like just gaming. But I don't know if he has like school projects or stuff that he's trying to work on. So I'm going to talk to him a bit. And I'm also not 100% sure what his budget is. He's a lot younger than me. And he just got his he's been working his first job. He's saved up enough for a PC. Dismember the Germ. I like this play. I think I'm going to mana leak. And Onthanice 3-Shaper. Onthanice is much better against Mana Reshaper and Reality Smasher and Ballista than Path is, but Path is better against exactly Thought-Knot Seer usually. Our draw has been so good this game. Wondering because of the scalping mining situation. Yeah, I don't know how bad. I mean, the graphics card is probably his most important part, right? He doesn't probably need the craziest processor. He probably doesn't need that much RAM. The old defensive Reality Smasher, classic. Probably just holding up mana here. I don't think I want to Petty Theft the Reality Smasher. Discard a card. I also get to gain life off the tome. Second Smasher would be pretty bad. They're playing an Eldrazi, but it's a Thought-Knot Seer, which we can Queller. And keep attacking. If I draw a blue source, I'm just going to go Jace minus. And I'll just hold up mana. Yeah, I don't think he needs like the absolute top of the line graphics card. I actually can't remember what my graphics card is, but like my graphics card also just didn't matter all that much. I guess I'm gonna Queller this too, since like the most important piece for streaming is the processor. They dead to the petty theft? No. But Jace bounce is pretty good though. Has my opinion changed on Queller? In this format, yes. I think Queller is pretty good in this format. But in the pre-ban format, I was really low on Queller. But Queller is like good in this deck, and I think solid in the format overall. Although I don't like it very much against the Prowess decks, I often side it out. But it's really important for like Heliod combo, and obviously has a synergy with Toski. It's like your best card against Heliod. Like Gargaroth good against Etron, Damping Sphere. Let me just bring up the sideboard guide. This doesn't have me bringing in Needles, which is probably wrong. I think I would probably need to revisit the sideboard guide. I kind of disagreed with a lot of the things here. Because I kind of like the fourth force, but maybe my blue card count is just too low to play that many. 14, yeah. Can probably get away with 3. Especially because hard casting is fine. Oh no, sorry, I meant to trim the third leak over the first Remand. I think Remand's a bit better. Yeah, I think I think we probably can't afford to play 6, 4, 5 drops. I think Jace is the worst one. Just play the fourth on the nice. Play the second Queller. That'd be like a snap keep with even just like one green source, I think, on the draw. As is, we're gonna mulligan. Keep this, put back second Teferi. Could see putting back Toski, but I think this is a bit better. Opponent's mulled to 5. Am I gonna force a turn 1 expedition map? Kind of nice to not have to make the decision, I guess. I think I'm getting Temple Garden. No Dismember is pretty huge. Obviously, this hand really needs to draw like 1 land. Whew. Breathing a little bit easier. I think I will bounce the tome. Kind of close though. Saw the third Tron piece and got a little worried for just a second. Chalice does stop 2 cards in my hand, but I think we're going to be okay. I think I just want to get Toski down. Toski's really good against them. If they don't have Dismember. Because they also have like Warping Whale. I mean, just between this and playing Stoneforge Mystic, I think this is better. Like, I'm kind of scared to play Stoneforge Mystic into a Thought-Knot Seer the following turn, just because the Batterskull is so important in this matchup, that just throwing away the Batterskull into the Thought-Knot Seer is something I found myself losing a lot of the times when they just get to Thought-Knot Seer my Batterskull. Why no play Noble Hierarch pre-combat Spike? Does anybody know? Anybody have an idea? Would I side in Damping Sphere against Amulet Titan? Absolutely, yes. I think it is good against Amulet Titan. Oh, no. Oh, I should have played the Stoneforge first. That was a big mistake, actually. I blame chat for it. Kidding. And Toski down. Toski down. Yeah, I think I'm plussing the Teferi, playing Stoneforge Mystic. Still getting the Batterskull, I think. Could maybe get Sword of Fire Ice. Could maybe get Feast and Famine. Obviously, these are the 3 choices. Yeah, the Batterskull is just so important against them. And then I'm going to hold up Hardcast Force. Kind of hate Whip Ball in general. I feel ya. I think it's an important sideboard card right now, though. It really helps a lot of your tough matchups.